like Rich had said, I mean, I'm a single father myself, and if
I'm Rich.
And I'm Josh.
Make sure your Walkman is at full battery because we're diving into our dad tapes.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for listening to tape number 24 of the Dad Tapes. Let's get rolling.
How's it going, guys? Here's the tape that we hopefully long-awaited collab that we've had with the Baddie Daddies podcast. Wanted to share our experience in trying to create more of a community and fellowship with other dads and just somewhere of a comfort zone and a safe space for us all to kind of be there together. So hope you enjoy it. You know, we had a great time doing it, and definitely look forward to collabing with them again in the future. So without further ado, here it is.
Welcome to the Baddie Daddy podcast. Today we got special guests all the way from the East Coast, our boys from the Dad Tapes podcast, so stay tuned.
It's that Baddie Daddy podcast from the Bay. We don't play where them dads at. We go hyphy for the click, yeah, that's family. Real talk, no cap, there's some real friends. Hit play, hear the vibe, they like, where you been? It's that Baddie Daddy podcast. Baddie Daddy podcast.
Welcome to the Baddie Daddy podcast. Another week. We just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like Joe said, we have some special guests that are on with us right now. All the way from the East Coast. They're staying up late just to hang out with us, which is pretty cool. We appreciate that.
No melatonin tonight.
No melatonin. Yeah. So like Joe said, or like Joe usually says every week. Actually, you know what? I didn't cue this up. I was going to have this queued up, but I'm kind of re-listening to our old recordings to try to find, like, you know, the funniest moments, you know, so that we want to kind of release at a year and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm on like episode 14 or 15, and Jacob, you'll appreciate this. At the end of it, before all this controversy on how to properly say it, Joe says, you know, we want to do what's best for our family, our friends, and ourselves. He actually said it the right way earlier, and then now he's trying to change it up on us. And so,
I'm not trying to change it up. I just say I have the liberty to change it up if I want to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right, that's not what it sounded like.
We should write it down then.
Yeah. So we're gonna have it on a billboard.
Yeah.
So our
should document it.
Our mantra. But we appreciate it. Thank you guys. Just so I can reiterate, we are a few guys born and raised here in the Bay Area. We are just trying to do the best for our family, our friends, and ourselves. We started this podcast. You know, we're just a bunch of dads, and we started this podcast to try to reach out to other dads and just kind of help them. You know, share our stories and things that we've gone through, and maybe just maybe it can help somebody else out there listening.
Yeah,
and
man.
so
The things we struggle with, the things that the highs, the lows, and all the in betweens.
Yeah. So we do have some guests from us from the Dad Tapes. They are a podcast we came across a couple months ago. I think they requested to follow me, and I was like, oh, that's okay. I didn't realize who it was, and then you know, checked them out, started listening, and realized, oh man, they're on the East Coast, and so nice. You know, and so but you know, just they had some good podcasts, and I found them, you know, they had a lot of similarities on how like we've always said, there was not a lot of podcasts for dads out there, you know, and that's why we wanted to start something like this. And ones that I have found and have heard, it just wasn't, you know, it was kind of hard to get into.
Bro, did you guys come across that where it was like, when I would listen to dad podcasts, it felt like they were talking, not necessarily talking down, but it's like
talking to you.
I'm the perfect dad. This is what you should do.
Yeah,
you know
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
to have the perfect
it came
kid.
off like so scripted, as if it was like at the end of the day, they're telling you how to be the best dad, and it's like we're all trying to be the best dad. So I can guarantee you're not the best.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. There was a lot of negativity too, and that's the thing that can be pretty skeptical when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, but I mean, coming across it, you guys, I kind of liked what you guys did. It was really interesting. First of all, I got to ask, what made you guys want to? First of all, the name, and what made you guys want to implement the little tape, sounds, which I kind of like, which I thought was cool.
Static noise,
where I noticed where you guys started in the middle, and a frustrated person, and so what, where'd that come from?
It was just we were just bouncing ideas back and forth, and it's like the concept of the dad tapes kind of came out of we're looking for like a sense of community too. We want to find a fellowship of dads, and it's like we all need somebody to turn to, and it's great to have somebody who knows a little bit more, has more experience. And it's like came across, we kind of conceived this idea. It's like, well, what do our dads have? Like they always have these box of like vinyls or these box of like CDs. That's what we're gonna have. So it's like great. It's like the dad tapes. That's where we could try to find our own community, whether we create our own community or people, migrate to our community or we become a part of another community. And it kind of spiraled from there. And it's like the whole tape thing is like the dad tapes. Well, what's like genuine sounding like a tape? It's the worst part of having that cassette tape is putting it in and you got to rewind the whole thing just to get to get where you want to start.
Yeah,
man.
That's cool.
I get it.
Yeah. What led you guys to want to do this? That was like obviously a big question. How did that?
Yeah, like so I know when we started, you almost feel like you're faking it in the beginning, right? Like who the heck is going to listen to me? Like right? Do you guys ever go through that, or is that just us?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we both had that chat, and we were just like, you know what? At the end of the day, even if we don't have anybody, we can't find people who can find similarities or commonalities. At least we have each other. Yeah, and we're sharing that vulnerability with each other because we're cousins. So
okay,
we grew up together. But at the end of the day, when you're going through fatherhood, it's a different vulnerability.
Absolutely, man.
And it's that's kind of, it was like a hobby for us. So at the end of the day, we were just like, if people listen, great. If they could find something and take away something from what we were coming with, that's awesome. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if we just have each other and bounce that vulnerability off of each other and ideas and experiences off of each other, because he's got a different background than I. He's got a different life than I do. So it's just it's not going to be the same life experiences that I got.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah, you know what? It's nice too because I mean, honestly, at the end of the week, we have one night a week where we meet up and we kind of just, I mean, like Rich said, we just want people to take from life lessons as well as, even if it isn't a life lesson, it's something that we just discuss. At the end of the day, if we can get someone to at least, take a little bit from what we've talked about, whether it's the data dump or, questions we have for each other, we just want to be there to help other dads.
That's good, dude.
In the situations that we have been in, or even if we haven't been in them.
Yeah.
Because we can always take away from something different.
Yeah. I think it's cool, like what you were saying, Rich. You guys have each other, even if it's not reaching anybody. You guys have each other, and you guys are talking to each other, and you guys can even help each other. I didn't realize you guys were families related, and so that's pretty cool. And that's something that we did. It kind of juice. Almost dropped that.
Dropped the stogie.
Yeah, dropped the stogie.
A party foul, bro.
Yeah,
man.
I'm really a hot mess. I know I sound like I'm together.
You're embarrassing me, bro. Come on, get it together.
But our podcast originate, and I don't know if you guys realize this, but I wasn't there that night when you guys were all talking and said, "Hey, we should do a podcast," and so I actually missed that.
That's why it sounded as a good idea.
Yeah, I know it did. And so, and then they put it in the text message that I happened to be in, and it was like, "Oh, damn it!" And so, but I mean, that's kind of where it originated. It's just just wholesome talk over a cigar, or just hanging out and talking, just amongst each other, and just thought, this is some good stuff. What if we can put this out? What if it can help somebody? And I wasn't lying. We got a text a few minutes ago. I think you've seen it from Daniel, a guy we've had on a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Where the heck's my Baddie Daddy podcast this week? Because we usually release on Fridays, and so we didn't get one out today. We record Wednesdays, release on Fridays, and so we didn't get one out today. And
I told him we broke up.
he's actually the third person who texts me today.
I got a couple.
So saying, hey, what's happened to the
Just
episode
blame
today?
us. Just blame us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, blame those Eagles fans on the East Coast.
I did.
That's right.
So yeah, they're Eagles fans, which is
You should rub all that Eagles fan into these Niner fans over here.
Oh, bro. Coming from a Raider fan? Bro?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is
Yeah.
I don't think you got much room to talk
I
there,
don't.
buddy.
I don't. That's why I hate football.
Hey, you guys got 2 wins, bro. It's preseason.
I know, dude. My son thought we won like the preseason Super Bowl when they beat the
he just
Niners.
came out there. He texted me as soon as it was done. Did you see the score, Nino? I'm like, dude, chill out. It's preseason. So,
He's 12, bro. He doesn't get it yet.
Yeah, he's all pumped up, dude.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
doesn't
let him
realize
have his time.
third string's playing, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, cool. Have you guys gotten any kind of feedback? What's like the results on the podcast? Is it reaching people or
Yeah.
Like
Like,
we definitely go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, any unexpected things that have come out of starting it. You know what I mean? Like, I think for like one thing for us, we had a guy on a couple weeks ago, who his daughter's kind of going through a rough health spell, and he was like, "Man, I got to listen to you guys while I was in the hospital. My daughter's going through chemo." You know what I mean?
Oh,
And it's
wow.
like, whoa, that's
Yeah, bro.
that's
That
heavy.
was-
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Super heavy,
Yeah.
super unexpected.
Unexpected.
There you go.
Dang, what's
Thank
the
you, bro.
percentage, bro?
Hey, I'm ready. I don't want to say it.
We've had. We're kind of newer, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are been around twice as long as we.
Okay.
But we don't have any big feedback like that. I mean, that story there. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
and
dude.
that's touchy, man. That's something. We don't have. We pale in comparison to that story. But we're forming a little audience, trying to get our name out there, trying to reach out to other communities locally, and that's what kind of prompted me to really start, talking with Josh about this. Was we don't have, like Facebook groups or anything like anything dad orientated around here. Really kind of focused to helping other dads.
Yeah.
And I mean, especially like Josh's situation, he's a single dad.
Okay.
So he's got things I can't even help him with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's we've noticed we get some feedback from it, but we're still looking. We're not going to stop trying to touch and get ourselves out there to grow our community.
Yeah,
I mean, it's important.
I said, if you just reach one person, it's
Exactly.
worth it. If you can reach and help one person, getting through fatherhood or just something they're going through, that's a win for you.
I
you
think
know?
collectively that's all been our mindset as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it's if we could just help, like you said, bro, just one person, feel like they're not alone in life, bro, that they could do life with someone else, man. Because I think we all agree that community is so important. Like to do life with, people it's so much better than to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I agree. Listen, I agree with that aspect because, like Rich had said, I mean, I'm a single father myself, and if I can at least reach out to one or multiple single fathers in the area that do happen to listen, and they can take anything from it, it's a big impact on me because it's something I've gone through. So I know what it is and how it feels. It's not fun.
No.
But you grow from it. You learn from it.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things that you have to go through when you're going through all these situations, but it's a big life lesson, man. And if I can help any single dad out there, I definitely would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any aspect? Like, is there any aspect of the motivation behind it is to? Because like one big thing for us, I think we always talk about, and I love that you keep using the word vulnerability too, because that's what it really is, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're not
Yeah.
vulnerable as a dad, then what you're saying is I have it all together by myself. And I think we are the results of dads that didn't know how to be vulnerable. And so
Yeah.
therefore, like, if they just had this type of community and the ability to be vulnerable, there's a lot of that they probably could have, like, maybe not had to endure or
Unnecessary heartache.
yeah,
bro.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
part of the motivation is why, you know, what we talk about all the time is, hey, if we're vulnerable enough, then, you know, it's not typical for a guy to be like, oh yeah, let me be vulnerable today and listen to this podcast. But if we can show the benefit of being vulnerable and that like every dad needs to be in some way, I think it encourages dudes listening to be like, oh, maybe I do need something like this. You know what I mean? But like you guys growing up, was that any motivation for the podcast? Is like, hey, you know, I have a great dad, but there are some things that if he would have just had in his corner, things would have been a lot different. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of agree with what you're saying there. I mean, my parents they got divorced when I was in a young age, and it was hard for me going back and forth between both of my parents.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that time where it was more or less, you know, my father was pushing, you know, as hard as he could for us, and a lot, you know, me and my sister didn't realize like, hey, you know, we may not see him all the time, but he's kicking ass for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people realize that. Like, you have your time. Like, we had split weekends. It was every other weekend we go see my father.
Yeah.
But we would try and spend as much time as we could with him. And then the days that we weren't, he was grinding as much as he could just to support us, you know?
Yeah.
And it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
gives
mean,
you- Gives you a different appreciation, huh?
Yep.
Just,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, my dad, he was he was a product of divorce too.
Yeah.
And you know, he's got a lot of adversities of his own that he's, you know, kind of migrated through his own life. And you know, he certainly didn't have the most welcoming or warm kind of upbringing. So, you know, he didn't have much guidance of his own. So even reflecting back on my childhood, one of the things that I try to do with the podcast is make a space for somebody to feel comfortable with who doesn't normally feel comfortable at all in almost any capacity. So it's like, if you can find some, you know, commonality, and it's like, you know what, like, I need to do more of this, or, you know, I got to show my heart more. That's just the kind of space, because, you know, it's a lot of people, just a lot of dads don't do that, and they feel that they can't do that because that's just what they're told or how they were raised. And it's just a whole generational thing. I mean, and you can't just go and blame one person. It goes so much farther than that. Yeah, breaking those gen habits.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you as in fatherhood. You know, kids.
How many kids you have?
Yeah, you know how fatherhood's been
how
going.
father is treating you.
Yeah,
Do you like them?
Do you like them? Are they okay?
Keep
them?
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I guess I'll keep it. Yeah, that's all right.
Just throw me under the bus. All right. No, you know, I'm like I said earlier, I'm 28 years old. I'm a single dad of a 5-year-old little girl. Her name's Addison. I am a product of divorce, obviously, you know, which it happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
Me too.
you know, it's, dude, I love fatherhood, bro.
Yeah.
It's, I know going through it and doing it, you know, in a sense on my own is a little tough.
Yeah.
But when you have those moments when I have my daughter, it's cherished so much more. You know, it's time well spent, and just to see her smile and have a good time, and just to watch her grow up, man. I think that's the only tough thing that I have with being a divorced father is not being there as much to be able to see her grow up as much as she is.
Yeah.
But still have those opportunities for her to come and tell me all these stories, and it's nice because I kind of get to like relive them with her when she's telling me these things. Yeah. So in a sense, I kind of still get to do the growing up with her, you know. But I mean, it's, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I found out when I was 22 years old I was scared to death.
Yeah, bro.
You know, like I was still young.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like it didn't really hit me until we were in the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the delivery room, and when she came out, man, it was, dude, I just melted.
Yep.
That's
It
awesome,
was,
bro.
and after that, I loved every single moment of it, and I've been cherishing it ever since.
That's fantastic, dude. You know what, bro? I give you so much props because, here you face so much adversity, bro. Because my situation is a little different. Like me and my wife, we're already married for a year. We planned on doing this, and I was still scared, bro. Like I was a little bit old. I was even older too, bro. I was 25, and when we had her, bro, and I was still scared, bro. I was like,
shit it on the podcast. You didn't want a girl.
no, I didn't, bro. I didn't know what I'm doing. Girls are different, bro. You guys can relate because you guys both have them, man. And like, girls throw you for a loop. I wasn't brought up with girls, bro. I have girl cousins, but literally, it's like a 10-year age gap between my oldest cousin and my youngest cousin. And I just grew up around all boys, bro. And like here, I'm put in the situation where like it's just a whole new like adventure, bro. Like areas to navigate where like you can't, not saying you can't be yourself because you obviously be yourself and you want to show them yourself, but you learn to be more sensitive, bro. You learn to be more compassionate. You learn that your voice carries, bro. Like. There's times where like when not no more because she's used to it now, bro. But when she was a baby, bro, we watching the Niner game, bro. I'll make her cry when I'm just watching the game. I'm just yelling, screaming at the TV, and she's like, "Why is Dad yelling?" I was like, "Oh shoot, I didn't realize that." The way she sees me. The way she sees me is totally different than how anyone else sees me. So it's tough, man.
It is,
dude. It is, and it melts your heart when you realize,
absolutely,
like,
bro.
the way she sees you, dude.
Oh.
And Jake, you got one kid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you have any more, and you get a boy, it is absolutely different, man. It is like the way. Like with my son, it's like I want to teach him how to become a man and be a man, but still be the person I want him to be and I want myself to be.
Yeah.
But when you're it's your girl.
It's your girl, bro. That's your
man.
princess, bro.
Yeah,
that's your princess, and like, oh man, bro, it's so funny because I told these dudes I'd never been confrontational at all, bro. Like I never been that guy that like hey, like I mind my own business, right? Bro, if anyone makes her feel uncomfortable, I'm ready to snap. Papa Bear comes out real quick.
Yeah.
I had 3 boys before I had a girl, and my baby girl is a girl, obviously. But dude, I felt like it wasn't until I got a girl that I got my stuff together. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like it felt like the guys will figure it out. I figured it out. They'll figure it out. But like when I had Viviana, I'm like, no. I don't know if you guys felt like this, but the BS I put up with, like that tolerance level came way down after I had a girl, dude.
Bro.
Like, have you guys seen that meme right now where it's this dude doing all these things for his little girl, and he always says like, "I'm getting flowers for my daughter." For no special occasion, so your dusty son doesn't get credit for doing it on holidays. I'm like, I get that now, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
cooking my baby girl carne asada so your dusty son don't impress her with Taco Bell.
Like Taco Bell, the dollar menu.
Hey, Josh, real quick question. Since I know you your daughter lives with her mom, and so you get her, was it every weekend or every other weekend or something like that? And how's the build up? Knowing okay, I'm gonna get her in a couple days. What's the build up like? How do you plan for that? I know you got 48, 36 hours or maybe a little bit longer of time with her before she goes back with her mom. But like, are you planning every minute of the day? You
got to pick up the drawers off the floor and all that.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like, dude, the build up to when. All right, so I have her right now.
Okay. Cool.
She's in a room sleeping, but excuse me. Come Wednesday, Thursday, it's kind of like, It's awesome. I'm picking Addison up on Friday after work, and then Friday comes around. It's like, all right, is it 4 o'clock yet? Like, I gotta get out of here so I can pick up my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go. And it's an hour ride up there, so it's like, you know, I'm like chomping at the bit, like biting my fingernails and everything, like on my way there. And when I get her, and just the weekends that I have her, man, it sucks. It flies by.
Yeah, I bet.
But at the same time, just, you know, to see her smile and have a good time. You know, I try to plan as much as I can. Like tomorrow we're going to a barbecue. And,
nice, bro.
You know, like a bunch of water slides, stuff like that. But, you know, I try to at least plan at least one thing during the weekend.
Yeah.
Where she has somewhat fun, whether it's hanging out with friends, family, or going to somewhere in particular.
Well, bro,
you know,
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, my bad, bro. I'm just saying, like, it must be so hard to navigate, bro, because, like, at one hand, you know, you want to give her everything, right? Because I think that's something we all agree. You know, we want our child to have the best childhood ever, you know, and but at the same time, you don't want her, you know, I feel like to build up this not unrealistic expectation where, like, okay, when I go with dad, you know, he's going to give me absolutely everything I want, and you can't actually father her and, like, be that parent, you know? And, like, it must be, you're in a very tough situation, bro.
Honestly, it's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
I mean, I know the situation itself is a little, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the fact of, like, wanting to give her everything, I try to go... I try to limit it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to push those boundaries too much because, listen, I'm not here to talk down or anything like that. But you know, I know what goes on at home. With mom. You know what I mean? And I try to, like, balance it out as much as I can to the point where, like, hey, you know, or if she asks for something, I'd be like, Daddy, you know, Daddy can't afford that right now. But maybe next time. You know, I always try to make it somewhat of a positive outlook in the future. That way I still have somewhat control of trying to be that parent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, man, I just want to, like, I want to give her everything. Like, I want her to have fun. I want her to do all.
You
want to
spoil her, right?
Everything. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
But when it comes down to the wind down on the end of the weekends, man, like Sundays are usually kind of our hangout day. You know, spend time together. You know, play some games at home or whatever. And then when I go and bring her home, it's nice to have, you know, the family support when it comes to, like, with Richard and my mom and friends and my girlfriend and everything. They try to wind me down a little bit to keep my mind off of the negativity of having to drop her off. But over time that slowly goes away, and then I kind of focus on other things that I have to do. So, like, I hate to say it, but I drown myself in work.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what do you guys do?
I am a welder / heavy equipment operator right now.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Is it like in like a sheet metal trade kind of thing, or?
No, I work for a company that makes construction materials, like crushed concrete and like milled asphalt, topsoil, mulch, all kinds of different stuff. So I'm welding on their equipment, all kinds of different things.
So you got all the clean beads you laying down then all day.
Yeah.
Nice. My brother's a welder. He likes to do that stuff.
Oh, okay.
He would always brag about, like, bro, it was clean. I'm like,
yeah, I've heard him brag about it too.
Yeah, right. That's the thing with welders, right?
The pride, man.
Yeah, dude. I lay down a clean beam. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Let's see a picture,
bro.
Prove it.
Yeah.
What about you, Rich?
I'm actually a stay-at-home dad.
Nice.
What the heck,
bro? Living the dream.
What the heck?
I bring home the bacon, you know. So,
My goodness,
Bro,
bro.
jealous over here.
It has its ups, it has its downs, man. I'll be
Dude, I
honest
get
with
it. I get it.
you. I will say it's not a hard job. But, you know,
Hey, bro.
I've also had easier.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough, bro.
You know, I heard I'll throw this in there right before, just reminded me, and I'll let you kind of share your story. But it was a comedian. I was listening to him, and he was saying, he's like, I gotta
was it the small person?
No, just different one. He's like, I gotta give it up to the moms, but it's not easy, and stay at home and this and that. He goes, being a stay-at-home dad is tough. He goes, it's not as hard as you guys make it sound, He goes, it's hard, but it's not that hard. But it kind of reminded me of that. I'm sure I butchered it, but yeah. But yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Rich.
Yeah, so I mean, stay-at-home dad. Before that, I was actually in real estate. So,
Nice.
I still got my license, still technically a real estate agent.
Right on.
But pandemic hit, some life changes had to occur. Our son, he kind of, he had some lung issues growing up. He was born in that failure to thrive category.
Okay.
And always being told by the doctors, like, he's got to get his weight up. We had monthly check-ins. It was, and then COVID hit, so it was like,
Yeah.
the poor kid couldn't even go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys find out the problem like right at birth that he was?
I mean, he was underweight when he was born.
Okay.
And he was full term.
Yeah.
But he was a small guy.
Okay.
And just through his first few years of life, that's kind of how it was. And just every month going to the pediatrician. He's been in and out of hospital. Stays and things like that. So it was definitely a lot to digest as a dad. And when COVID hit, just some life changes had to occur. I was put into a position where it was either choose work or choose family, and I'm not going to compromise my son.
No,
so at the end of the day,
made the right call.
Exactly.
But I have a son with breathing issues too. He has Down syndrome. He was in the NICU for 21 days when he was born. But yeah, bro, the common cold would put him in the hospital for 6 days.
Yeah.
And then you have this disease that comes out that's like you don't know you have it for 12 days or what they were telling us back then. And yeah, bro, it's scary. It makes you not want to go outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was scary. It was. Yeah, it's and at that time we were going to CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Okay. So it was a good reputable hospital, and it, they were the ones that like during this outbreak, he's got to be like bubble boy.
Yeah.
But ever since then, second daughter came along, so it just kind of fit what we were looking for, and definitely. Stay-at-home dad life isn't that bad. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, we apologize for Danny's dog. She's blind and deaf, and so doesn't know when she's barking. We're still trying to figure out why he bought her.
What is she barking at?
Two things. I didn't buy her.
I was gonna say, did you have to pay for this dog?
No. They wanted a home for her, and I already had one husky, so I said, "What's two?" It's like kids, So, but
I won't tell you what he calls her, but
I'll tell you.
I'll
tell you. I call her Helen Keller.
Helen Keller. Oh man, that is so wrong, but so good.
I don't know if you heard it in a previous podcast. We were kind of sharing, and we brought up the dog. We were talking about it. I was sharing out my wife was like, she named her Kaya, right? My wife's Kaya, sit. I'm like, Adriana, she can't hear you.
She can't see you
either. She can't see you.
So she's actually dreaming right now.
Yeah. Life's always a dream.
It's messed up. Hey, bless your heart, though, Danny. That's.
I'm just trying to punch my ticket to that. You get it one way or another.
The dog.
But Jesus, I brought in Kaya.
Oh man,
that's funny. Dude.
So how long, Rich? How long you been married, and anything else you wanna?
Yeah. I mean, I just got married in February.
Nice.
So, I mean,
congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, still technically newlyweds, I guess. What is that? What's the timeline for being a newlywed?
Couple year. Well, ours ended quick because we got pregnant really fast. We were married for a month, and then she got pregnant. So
honeymoon.
It's honeymoon.
Didn't work.
It's that fertile myrtle, bro.
It's in the air here in California, and so it's Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off on your story, but yeah.
I look at my wife and she's pregnant, bro. My wife was pregnant through the 2010s. There was maybe like a an 8-month combined period where she wasn't pregnant in 2010s.
Damn. 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been changing diapers for like 13 years consistently.
I've got one kid left in diapers, and we're training her, and I can't wait till she gets out of diapers.
That's awesome.
But if you're doing things right, the honeymoon stage never ends, right?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just,
My wife told
Your
me.
wife listens. So.
Yeah, she does. We just celebrated 9 years. Love you, Moo Moo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Bro, does your wife listen to your podcast? And what about the girlfriend? Does she listen?
She does.
She does. Okay.
Yeah. Wife listens. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. She kind of likes to, she likes to have her own hand in it too. Like she wants to be a part of it, and it's
Do you
like,
say no? It's just for guys.
Yeah, you'll get your time, but the time hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
It's, and we'll be there. Yeah.
So real estate. So I'm sure. Have you guys ever been out here to the West Coast? Like, have you ever visited? Or?
No. Farthest I've been out is Texas.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a whole different world.
Yeah, bro. I'm always curious to see how we're viewed as guys from the West Coast, especially Silicon Valley. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I've always wondered, because over in my mind, you guys are all love pizza and like the Eagles and
cannolis. That's
cannolis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I think it's Sopranos, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's definitely you'll find your niche communities like that, man.
Yeah.
It's and Cali, we get that, like surfer dude. And that's what Cali is, man. It's like that's it, man.
That's funny.
What was your thought when you met Danny? Not surfer.
I think that's the first time we're face to face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
He's like, what? He's Mexican? Let's get this over with.
Nah, man.
That's funny.
Cool. Hey, so tell us about the book. What made you guys want to go off of the book, Prepared Dad? I noticed you guys spent the first, I know you just started a new one since you finished the Prepared Dad. But what made you guys want to go out of the book and kind of base your topics and stuff from there? So,
Oof.
Danny, can I say I'm
opinion,
impressed with your homework that you've done, bro.
I know.
Hey, Danny listens.
I
Danny
know.
listens, man.
Yeah. I have listened to all episodes, but the last one I haven't listened to the last one.
Okay.
So
We appreciate it, Danny.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Hopefully hopefully it's not 3 downloads, me and you two.
What's that?
Hopefully it's not only 3 downloads per episode, me and you two.
No, bro. They got plenty, dude.
No.
What do you guys use to track?
Well, hey, even Danny, even if it was that way, you
Yeah.
know what?
Hey,
We still have a list.
I've gotten something out of it, so hey, there you go.
exactly.
Hey, bro. I got some stuff out of it too, bro.
Actually,
I've been listening.
I
Man.
downloaded a few.
Yeah, bro. I've listened, dude.
Yeah, Jake and his wife are giving you guys a listen.
Yeah, dude.
So that's
There you
pretty,
go.
yeah.
So my wife
Appreciate
started
it.
listening before I did, bro. It's cool, man. She digs you guys, man.
Jakey's wife gives us the honest opinion,
Oh,
doesn't
bro.
hold back, lets us know when we suck and when we're good.
Yeah, dude.
So-
She's pretty good, bro. Sometimes, I don't want to hear it, but
See,
she brings it,
So
dude.
my wife is, yeah, she's the same way.
Yeah.
Oh man, she will. She's honest,
Yeah,
whether it's
bro.
brutal or not. It's honesty, and it's
That's
yeah.
See, my wife's nice. It was great. You guys did a great
Oh,
job.
bro.
I really loved it.
Does Anna listen?
She'll call me out. Why did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking from the heart, babe.
Yeah.
My kids listen. That's what's weird.
That's
My kids listen.
That's
too.
good.
They
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
there's been a couple times where I'm like, nah, maybe not this week, maybe
Yeah.
next week.
Oh, for the kids?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
my
so-
son likes to listen to it.
that's awesome.
My son just likes the intro song.
That's where all our downloads come
It's a
from.
good
Right?
intro song too,
It's
guys.
the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We got 40 downloads. Look at
No, but,
When-
but to
Yeah,
to go back to what you were asking about how we got to that, quite honestly, I don't know. We just kind of, we when we developed the show, we were just kind of looking, because we had our goal of what we wanted to, what we wanted to accomplish and our kind of structure of the show. And honestly just had that book on my shelf ever since when I became a new father. Someone put that in a little, new father gift basket for me. And, and quite honestly, I never even opened up the book until we did the podcast. I was like, you know what? This could be, be something good. Yeah. And then the new book, what is it called, Josh?
The Daily Dad.
The Dad. Yeah. Yeah. And it's basically 300 and it's one little chapter per book or per day. So, every day it's like a new little kind of like quote of the day or something like that to just kind of like focus you on fatherhood and put you into a good mental state to kind of like,
boost your mood a little bit,
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's the hardest part, I think, about what we do is picking the topic every week.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's tough.
Bro, sometimes we sit and we have everything set up and we're like, all right, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. Yeah. How do you guys come up with your topics and like,
I wish I wish I had an answer for you on that.
I think in the beginning we were really good. Like we sat down one night and we didn't realize the commitment that it takes to do it every week.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Dude, it's crazy.
It's a bunch. But we when we started, it was like in October, so we're coming up on a year.
Yeah.
But like, so we hit a lot of holidays in the beginning, and so it was kind of easy to talk about Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, those kinds of things.
Yeah, take a listen to our Halloween one. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I was gonna say, Josh. He just said your Halloween episode is one of his favorites.
Oh yeah.
So, bro, that's kind of a touchy
It's a sore subject with us. Guys.
Yeah, bro. It's
Halloween / Christmas episode.
Yeah, it's definitely divided, bro.
Joe just doesn't like it because he wasn't at the episode.
I mean, I
the
wasn't
worst
the biggest
episode we
fan.
have, bro.
I don't think Joe realizes it, but I put it back online.
I saw.
I didn't realize.
Well, my son he really loves that intro because that's when Phil did the trap remix. And so but cool, and I appreciate that. It's the favorite episode.
Hey, thanks for the feedback.
Have you listened to others?
honestly, my favorite one is the one that you guys just dropped. That one,
that one
in my
really
feelings.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, I'm not gonna lie, man. When you were talking about your dad, dude, that was tough,
bro.
man.
It got Adrian. Yeah, Adrian was crying. We listened to it. Yeah. So we celebrated our 9th anniversary last week.
Nice.
We got rid of the
She
kids
pregnant
last week.
Oh, that's right. You got the snip snap.
I got the snip snap.
Yeah, I forgot.
We got rid of the kids last weekend. We got 4 of them. We got rid of the kids last weekend, so it was just us. We had the whole weekend to ourselves and went driving. Oh, we dropped off on the way to go pick up the kids. We listened to the episode, and she was bawling from the story with your dad. It was
right on.
It was a good episode, but
Glad
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, dude. It just gives you different perspectives. You know what I mean? Like, that's I think sometimes we run into, most of the time there's 6 of us. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes it's hard to kind of make room for everybody. You know what I mean?
Gets a little chaotic.
Yeah, it gets a little chaotic. But I think when you get to hear different perspectives, even as a dad, it makes you think, like, because we know your story, Jakey. But when we get reminded of that, it's like, man, time is precious. You know what I mean? And being a dad is a privilege. You know what I mean? And it makes you want to do it well.
Yeah, bro.
And speaking of like the time and being precious and everything, I think like when I was listening to that episode, the one thing that hit me the hardest with the situation that I'm in is when I don't exactly remember who said it, but when you guys were talking about how you come home from work on a long day and you talk about using the rest of the fuel that you have to try and spend with your kids. And you say that even though that the day went by so slow and you don't know if you have enough energy left, but as they grow up, the faster it goes.
Yeah, dude.
And that hit home, man, hard. Like real hard.
I seen this. I screenshot it. I wanted to bring it up with you guys tonight, and it kind of feels like the perfect time to bring it up. But it was a little thing I seen online. I think we shared it too, but I just want to kind of talk about it. Use a little subject. It says, just a reminder that 75% of the time you'll ever. Just a reminder that 75% of the time you'll ever get to spend with your kids is over by the time they turn 12. And 90% of your time with them is gone by the time they're 18. Slow down, be present, enjoy these short, sweet years. They'll soon be over. So just kind of like you were saying, Josh, and first thing I thought in my head was you and Noah.
Yeah,
Noah's 12, about to be 13 tomorrow, right?
The 28th.
28. I always get mixed up, 26, 28.
Yeah.
Just I thought about that, and just like it's
Drake's pissing in your head right now.
I thought about that with Noah being 12. That was the first thing that popped in my head. But I mean, I just think it's crazy. 75% of the time with your kids is over by the time they're 12.
It's crazy.
You think about that. Your daughter's
crazy.
2 years away. Jake's daughter's 2 years away. And so it's just, it seems like, man, that's like a majority of the time, and it's almost gone. And so
Bro, there's this app called the Legacy app, and you put in your kid's birthday, and it'll number the weeks you have left until they turn 18. And it kind of it gives you the idea of, so it's based off this philosophy called losing your marbles. And this guy wrote this book that says if you had a jar, I forgot how many, whatever 52 times 18 is. But so every week you have a marble that you're taking out of a jar, and that marble represents 1 week, and you don't get that marble back. You know what I mean? So there's actually these kits that he sells, but they turn it into an app that says, hey, you have, 97 weeks left or 220 weeks left. What are you doing with this week to make it intentional and make it count? Yeah. Because by the time they're 9, half the marbles are gone. You know what I mean? So.
Oof. Yeah, that's me in my situation. That's one of the things. I'm really thankful that I get that opportunity to spend the time I do with them. Yeah. Even on the rough days, kids are fighting each other. Kids are just yelling at me, yelling at each other. Yep. You know how it goes. Yeah. But that's one of the things that I've always tried to appreciate and never take advantage of the situation or take it for granted is the fact that I do get because I know not everybody gets that opportunity.
Yeah, dude.
It's so I want to cherish it for people who can't.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Bro, that's something I think about all the time, dude. Like, I'll be at work and the day goes by and I'm dealing with problems and try to push things forward. And then I get home and I'm like yesterday, I didn't see my son Emery all day yesterday, And so I get home, I saw him for 5 minutes before he went to bed. And I'm like, I wonder if this whole day was worth not being there. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's something I deal with all the time, I just get busy, you look up and you're like, man, 12 hours, was it worth it? You know what I mean? And I think about that all the time, man.
Yeah.
It definitely puts some things into perspective. That's, what I went back to was I had to choose between work and compromising my family. And at the end of the day, always going to choose family.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, growing up, I look at my life, dude. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. Granted, my dad always hustled and everything, but you don't remember that. I remember my dad coaching my little league team. I remember my dad, signing up, being excited to sign up for being a chaperone. Those are the things that I remember. It's not like, oh, we didn't have this toy or we didn't have this video game. I'm not saying I care less, but at the end of the day, I really didn't.
Yeah. You didn't know any different.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I knew my dad loved me. I knew my dad was there. He was dependable, and so that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, just showing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Just showing
bro,
up.
you would have liked real estate out here in Silicon Valley, bro.
Oh man,
bro, you would have been set, bro.
Bro, no joke. There's a lot down the street. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's an empty lot with a burnt down house on it. It goes for $685,000. No house, just property,
bro. I got
that's insane.
My aunt and my uncle, they're moving to Texas, bro. They told me how much their house is listing for, bro.
$2 million?
2.7, bro. Damn. And they're starting to do renovations, bro, so they can get more.
And is it anything sexy or just?
I mean, it's a dope house. It has it has a pool and has a pool house, but I see, I'll look on Zillow, bro, what's out there and in the other states, bro. It's a beautiful home, but it's not nothing that's unachievable. Yeah. But here in San Jose, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro, you don't find a house out here less than 1.2.
yeah.
Nope.
Damn.
Nothing.
Oof,
Damn.
that's wow.
You're talking
Yeah.
like what? I have a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
Guess 4, but I think it's the office. I guess they count because it has a closet. So I guess it's considered
Anything with a closet, right?
Yeah, but 38.50 a month, dude, just to rent this house. So,
Yeah.
Oof.
That's insane.
it's
man.
crazy, bro.
That's hard, bro.
I mean, you get studios out here, you got to pay $1,800 for a studio.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah,
Wow.
that's how
Cool.
crazy it is. Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's woo.
Yeah.
Did you see the cause so I just bought a new house. Me and my wife just bought a new house in the end of October.
Congrats, bro.
Like an extra
thank you,
one?
Thank you. No, no,
I'm like, dang.
we wanted to be where we were.
I'm like,
We
what
did
does
it.
she do? He stays at home. They got 2 houses.
No way, man. Whew, 2 houses. You gotta be kidding me.
That's
But we had to move out of the entire county because everything we were looking out there, like where we were in K-May County, dude. We wanted to stay down in that area, but we couldn't even find anything in the entire county to fit our budget.
Yeah.
And it's like we had to move outside of the county, like. So work was all down there, and dude, just even mortgage rates now, like we got in, it was like 6%, and now I just saw a notification today, it's like 7.5%.
That's crazy.
The
bro.
first time it's hit that high since 2001. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
I like I've been to North Carolina. I've been to Boston. Was my favorite, dude. I absolutely loved Boston. That was cool. But I was at Newark, looking at the Hudson, looking into New York. It looked like a fantasy land, bro. Like from the outside,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go, but so that Statue of Liberty story, we had that 5-hour layover, and then we're all looking at the Statue of Liberty, and we all got a text at the same time said your flight leaves in 30 minutes. So we had to book it back to the airport, dude. But yeah, man, it's been crazy.
Well, cool. It's been fun. So I got to ask a serious question to both of you guys. Do you really feel satisfied with that win when we had no QB? Being Eagles fans.
Look. You know what? Let's get down to the dirty here. You know,
Okay.
let's talk about your offensive line.
That's
talk
what
about
I
that
say.
offensive line. Dude, Hassan Reddick was going to tear you guys up all day. Don't you dare sit there and say, "Oh, we had to have."
He doesn't even know who that is.
You guys had 2 injuries. Come on now.
You guys, we were breaking ourselves in. We were getting our feet settled, getting the nerves out. But we had no QB.
In week 19,
you know what?
we were getting settled in.
Well, the nerves for the NFC Championship.
Bro, if you're nervous, don't win the championship.
I really,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I really wanted to try to go. We always talk about trying to travel for a 49er game, and I was really pushing to go to Philly this year. But we were not. But I don't want to say it's by Christmas, or when is it again?
It's close to Christmas. I was looking at tickets actually. For that.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I can pull that off.
It was
for
either
Christmas.
we were gonna go either to the 49ers game or to the Eagles Cowboys game, which and you guys actually just traded your 3rd string quarterback that you just selected a 1st round pick on.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
did they
bro,
get rid
yeah.
of Trey Lance? I
They
thought I
did.
saw something like that.
Yeah, out to Dallas.
Wow.
That's
The biggest bust in history.
No, Jamarcus Russell's the biggest bust in history.
Oh yeah.
That dude got chunky real quick.
Yeah, he did, man.
I remember he was making a comeback. I'm like, dang.
Come back to what? KFC?
Yeah, bro. Come back through the buffet line, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
If he's trying out, I might as well go check it out.
He was. Whew. Yeah.
It is weird to see Garoppolo in a Raiders jersey.
Yeah.
It hasn't settled in with me yet.
I mean, if he stays healthy, bro, you guys be looking all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is our year, bro. This is our year.
He say it every year.
I mean it this time.
But I say the same thing. Like, if you don't want your quarterback to get hurt, then let your O-line protect him.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
bad play.
That's what you need.
I digress.
You want to win. I mean, I'm sorry.
What about baseball? You guys baseball fans?
Big baseball fan.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Is it the Phillies or?
Yeah, I like 2 teams.
Okay.
My ex-wife was a New York Mets fan,
Okay.
and growing up, I was always a Phillies fan, but I really didn't get into baseball that much until I met my ex-wife.
Okay.
And I went to a couple Mets games and just fell in love with it, and now I'm just
Die hard.
hooked.
Bro, you know what I think
So,
about the
nice.
Mets? You know what killed us was that Cespedes trade.
Yeah.
When you guys got Cespedes,
Yeah,
Did he go to the
Cespedes.
Mets? I think he went to Red Sox.
I think he went to the Mets
Well,
first.
No, he went to the Red.
He
We
was
traded him
on-
to the Red Sox, but he went and played for the Mets.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Bro, I almost
Yeah,
cried.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, let's talk about basketball then, right?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
there
greater
we go.
team than the Golden State
Nah.
Warriors.
The Chicago Bulls.
you lost me on that.
Yeah, Golden State Warriors. Look, I'm a Sixers fan, so I ain't got much to talk about right now.
Yeah.
I ain't got much to talk about right now. So,
Bro,
you
are the
know.
Warriors hated across the country? Like, do you guys hate the Warriors?
Nah, I wouldn't say hate. Honestly, you know, if they win another championship, yeah, you put them up in the Patriots category. Honestly, it's like, all right, you know what, get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, but they're not at that level yet. You know,
They're on the cusp.
right on. Yeah, right on the cusp of being hated and Tom Brady, Steph Curry. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of correlations there.
That
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah.
You guys got your kids in any sports? I know they're still young, but
Not
Yeah, I
yet.
got- My son, you know, he really enjoys soccer.
Cool.
He's kind of taken up to baseball too. You know,
Nice.
I haven't been a big baseball fan. You know, I used to play it a lot when I was younger. I used to be a big Braves fan. You know, Chipper Jones,
Yeah,
dude.
Tommy
Yeah,
Maddox
dude.
era. Yeah, but
Glavin.
he's into that. But honestly, dude, he's I think he's gonna be a gymnast. Quite honestly, the kid jumps. Yeah, dude. Hey, man.
Aaron, bro. That's my son, Aaron. That's it.
Those guys are
Jumps off of
strong,
everything.
dude.
Yeah.
I had this friend growing up in high school. He was a gymnast, but he didn't want to tell anyone, right? And so, like, we played basketball. He wasn't like super coordinated as far as shooting and dribbling and stuff. But this dude could. It was like some white guy. He had hops, dude. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, and so he never told us, right? We knew him all.
backflip when he went up.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
And then we'd be playing basketball. I'm like, dang, dude's fast. He jumps high, but he's kind of weird. I don't know. But, no, I was kidding. And then one day we had this gymnastics team come through, like through an assembly, and this dude was like doing triple axles or whatever they do. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that's what he's been doing. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
they get strong, bro.
Did your son just start school? I know you said he's 5. Is he in, I know you were talking about him going to school. Is he in kindergarten?
Yeah, he'll be off in kindergarten a few days after Labor Day. So
Oh, see,
you know,
I
gearing
wish-
up for that transition, man.
I wish.
When do
our
when do
kids
you
are all?
guys-
They already started. When
Oh,
we were in
really?
school, it was around Labor Day, but all of our kids are back in school already.
Yeah.
My kids just went back to school this week. Monday was their first day.
Okay.
And
When
Oh,
did
wow.
They've been
When
in
did they
for
get
a month,
out?
Michael.
Yeah, and it kind of already a low for my week. My son, my son,
You shouldn't be laughing. But
He
I'll laugh.
it's just
My
you know
godson.
they just finished. Yeah, they just finished their first week of school, but first day of school was like 15 minutes before they got out. And got a call from the principal. Yeah, we have Aaron here in the principal's office. I'm like, dude, it's like the first day of school, dude. You know, just did not want to do anything. Second day was a little bit better, but still got into some trouble. Third day, principal's office again. Got another call. I'm like, jeez. So,
Oh, boy.
but the last 2 days have been good. So,
Bro.
but
You
caught
know
him
me?
playing craps in the yard. Or,
you know,
First grade, right?
yeah. First grade.
He's
Yeah.
in first grade.
slinging yo-hoos.
Hey, Daddy, it's gonna be a long year for you.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, this is week 1, bro. Yeah, so it was pretty
I know
interesting.
that principal pretty well.
Yeah,
I know. Right?
he knows
First
the-
name basis.
He's got his own desk already in there.
Bro, Noah's turned into this hustler, bro. Like, so I seen him at night, and he's you know those little Mexican chili candy watermelon things,
Yeah.
this lollipops or whatever. So he's like lining them up, right? And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, so I had one of these at school today, and the kid was like, hey, I'll give you $1 for that lollipop, and then he's like, I got 40 of them at home. And so he packed up his backpack. Dude made $22 today selling lollipops.
Slanging
Like,
lollipops.
I can't knock that, you know?
Knock the
He's
hustle.
hustling, man.
I'm like, okay.
That's
Buy your own
cool.
shoes now, boy.
Puts up to the more rent, right?
Yeah. Bro, that's what he does with his Halloween candy. He sells it at school. he's a little hustler.
Well, what's wrong
so
with those
funny.
kids that they buy it? Don't they have the candy?
I thought the same thing. I'm like, do they know they can go get like 40 of these for $4?
Costco. Yeah. Cool, man. I know you guys are recording too, right? And you guys are going to release this on your side, which is pretty cool. I wasn't sure we can do that, so that's cool. Any questions you guys got for us on your side? That'd be pretty cool.
How did you guys kind of, you know, I know obviously Joe wasn't a part of that night, but how did you guys get, you know, or Danny, you weren't part of it. Yeah.
Hey, don't worry.
How did
I
you
wasn't
guys
there
decide,
either.
like, what transpired for you guys, and you know, what were you seeking to do when you guys, you know, got this started and lifted off?
Can I answer it? Because I was there.
Yeah, I was excluded that night. So go for it.
So it was actually at my son Chris's. Tell me if I remember, if I'm recalling this right, but it was at my son's birthday party, and all the moms were upstairs with the kids dealing with the cake and presents and all that, and we had a bottle of Woodford whiskey, right? And cigars in the garage, and I think we were just laughing our butts off, dude, and it was fun, and I think one of us at the end of it, I forgot who it was, but we just said, hey, man, we should have recorded that. That was fun. And then we kind of, I think jokingly in the net, we should start a podcast. And then I think it was something around the lines of like, well, I have this at home, and, you know, I know how to edit, and I have this software, and it's like, well, let's try it. Let's figure it out. And I think we didn't want to just like shoot the breeze, you know, and just be, I mean, we go off on tangents a lot anyway, but we didn't want it to just be like fun and aimless, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think, you know, because you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but we all have like this church background related, you know, and so for us, it was like, if we're going to do this, let's do something that's going to help dudes, you know what I mean? Like, where it's not just like we're funny and we're cool, we smoke cigars, but it's if we can take experience, at least for me, you guys can add into your point.
Nah, bro, I'm right there with you, man.
For me, it was like, man, if my dad would have just had a circle of dudes that he can be vulnerable with to speak into his life and know that they had his back through all the crap he went through, I wonder if he would have been equipped and healthy emotionally, you know, if he had a place to go. My dad's an amazing dad, right? He's the best man at my wedding, and he beat Danny out, and then great, you know, great. He shows up today, like till this day, he's in everything that we do. My dad's the guy to get kicked out of a church softball league because he's rooting for me at 38 years old. You know what I mean? Like, but I know, kind of like what you were saying, bro. Like, growing up, my parents were divorced, and it was a nasty divorce. You know, they weren't in the same room, like, unless it was a courtroom or the day I got married. You know what I mean? So it was just always a ugly, like, never getting along. And I just thought, man, what if there's a dad out there that's endured those types of things, and we were able to let him know that it's not the end and that good can come from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, so that was a big part of it for me, right? Like, if we could just help a dad know that he's not alone, not by himself, and that there is a benefit in being vulnerable and finding dudes in your circle, you know. I heard this, man, and I don't know if this is true, but it really motivated me. The best man, again, I don't know if this is true, but it worked and it sold me. But the best man in your wedding used to be the guy that is best with the sword, because while the groom was focused on his bride, his groomsmen were looking at the horizons for any attack that would try to come, you know? And so it was so the groomsmen were men that you would put in your circle so that while you focused on your bride, they would watch the horizon for the enemy, you know? And and I think about that, and that's what these guys are for me, right? Like, we all have different aspects in life and do different things, but at the end of the day, I know that if I need someone to watch my back, whether out of comfort or necessity, I trust these men to do that, you know? And that was a big motivation for me. But how about you guys?
For me, dude, that sounds pretty good, bro.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
You can't top that, man.
I know. For me, dude, to be honest, man, like, you know, since my pops passed away, dude, like, there was a lot of questions, you know, like, I knew other men, but I knew the father I wanted to be, you know, and the type of dad I wanted to be, and I know it wasn't really culturally acceptable by other men, you know, in the sense where, like, you could be vulnerable, you could pick up your daughter, kiss her, love her, and tell her you love her publicly, you know, and be there, and, be there for her emotionally, physically, mentally, in every aspect, and that's something I want, and I want to share where, dude, that's not a bad thing. You're not less of a man by having these vulnerable traits. If anything, that to me, that makes you stronger of a man, because like I said earlier, bro, like, dude, she brought out this Papa Bear in me that I never knew I even had. So I never questioned my manliness, but I just wanted to bring awareness where, dude, you can be a dude, you can be a man's man and still love, your little girl, and, play dress up, let her put makeup on your face, let her paint your nails, do a tea party, and it doesn't make you less of a man, so that's one thing that I feel like, I wanted to share with other dads where, dude, you can still be a dad, you can still be a man and do these other things as well, and it doesn't make you any less of a man.
I just wanted to hang out with my friends and play.
And smoke cigars.
Bro, the crazy thing about all this is when we started, you didn't really weren't into the whole cigar thing. I mean, you'd smoke them if they're there.
Yeah.
But now he's got this humidor that has like 100 cigars in it, and from every country in the world. It's like,
bro, all over the world, bro.
So you've collected them that fast?
It was longer than that. It was longer than that.
Did you have this? You didn't have this thing.
I had a smaller one.
Yeah, you had
now I got a 300 count humidor.
Damn. It is awesome.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, we haven't paid for a cigar in years.
I know, bro. I went from smoking a cigar once or twice a year to smoking a cigar every week.
You're welcome.
No, one thing that I love is, you mentioned vulnerability, and sometimes I've listened to a lot of dad podcasts, right? And it's always, do this, like me, do this, right? And they give off that image like, man, like I am never going to be able to meet that criteria.
Yeah.
So listening to you guys too, just that realness, right? That you guys give. You're just two guys talking, right? And there's no, you're not trying to put up a front, not trying to be fake. And I love that about, when I listen to you guys, but also these guys here,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're just
I definitely think that, we really kind of all have the same message, and we're not trying to tell somebody how to parent. We're just we're just giving you our experiences, and it's like,
and what works
you can
for
walk
you
away
guys
with something from that.
Yeah.
Have you guys cried on your podcast yet?
Not yet.
I mean, we almost threw blows, but
Dude, there was. Should we talk about that night?
I mean, I'd rather not.
What about in general terms?
All right, good.
So there was one night where the Canadian whiskey was flowing pretty well.
Gosh,
Okay.
And it went from like normal to like yelling and screaming and crying, and it was very healthy for us as a to
You
open
gotta
up.
grow, man.
Bro, it was pretty crazy.
I don't remember.
But we're still Danny don't remember.
No, kind of going back to your question. I mean, yeah, it's fun to hang out, but I mean, one thing that I've learned, or kind of gotten out of our own podcast is it's taught me things, that I didn't, that I may not have realized that I needed to work on in my marriage or as a dad at the time, but sitting here and talking about it, and I'm not a very open person. I don't like to share a lot of my story. I don't like to share a lot of my business. My business is my business, and I like to keep it in-house, right? And I try to be as transparent as I'm comfortable being, which is even more out of my comfort zone, just in my normal life, on the podcast to share, because like we said, you never know if somebody's going to get something from something that you've shared and gone through, and so, but it's also kind of taught me some things, that I need to deal with personally to ensure that I have a better marriage, to be a better father, things that I've learned from these guys. It's even gotten me closer to these guys, Jake. Me and Jake have been close, but I mean, even just like last week's episode, like you shared, that there's things I didn't know about, him and his dad and stuff that he's gone through. Only thing I knew is I've known Jake for a while now, a few years, but I'm not the type of person.
10, bro.
Yeah, a few plus 2. I've never. I'm not the type of person to walk up like, Jake, so tell me, what happened to your dad? You
I
know,
mean-
and that's just not me. It's just like me in my head. I'm like, you know, it sucks. His dad's gone, and that's something he's dealt with. But I'm going to respect that. I'm not going to bring it up because I don't know how he'll deal with it. But you know, to kind of learn the things that he's dealt with and how he's grown from it, and you know, just him being able to share those kind of things. You know, same with Steven, you know, and things with Joe. Me and Joe go back. Joe and I have known each other since we were 14.
I was 13. You were 14.
Yeah, and so we you know, we've known each other over 20 years, you know, and so, but I mean, just even this, you know, to kind of learn things that he's experienced or gone through with his children, even though, you know, more times than not I've been there, you know, by his side or in the house when he's going through, but still, you know, there's some things.
He was there when I made him. I'm just kidding. No. But I think one of the cool things too that we realized that we had growing on is there wasn't one, like each story, either getting into fatherhood or with our dads, there wasn't one story that was the same. You know what I mean? Like, so I was the first one to have kids out of our group, and so, you know, I was the first one to kind of like have to bring the carousel or the carrier to dinner, you know, with everybody when everyone else was single and dating, and here I am with 2 kids, you know, and all that stuff, and Danny growing up without a dad, and you know, so like Steven is fostering, and so that's a whole nother issue, or not issue, but like something to endure when it comes to fatherhood, and so there was so many different aspects of being dads here at the table, which it felt like we covered a lot of bases for dudes that might be listening. You know what I mean? So that was really fun too.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, a lot of things that, you know,
material.
just a multitude of people can like relate to, and it's just so many different life experiences.
Bro, are you guys stuck on keeping it with you two, or have you thought about, is there a homeboy you're looking to invite in, or?
I don't know. You know, we I mean, right now it's just us two. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But we're not opposed to, you know, opening up the door to a couple people down the road, and you know,
that's cool.
Just kind of take it as it comes, honestly.
Even kind of do, you know, guests like we're doing, you know, with you guys.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It's
guests,
cool because you get to meet, you know, people. You get to hear their story, and you get to connect too. At the same time, I know some people we've connected in the past, and you know, they kind of promote us because they were on, and it's kind of helped your growth as well with the podcast. But you're also learning, you're making connections with people and making friends, you know, and so some people that you can kind of talk to and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Speaking of friends, Phil's going to be really upset. You said you didn't say he wasn't here. Phil.
Oh,
Phil.
yeah. We're missing one of our baddie daddies, bro.
Who?
Phil, the guy that's on our podcast?
Your future brother-in-law?
Your brother?
Where do you guys usually record at? Do you guys get together? Do you guys, because it looks like in your basement, okay, because it looks like you guys are separate places now. I don't know if you do it that way.
Yeah, right now we're doing, you know, remote, but normally, we got a little setup, kind of like, you know, whole swing arms and the mic set up in my basement.
That's
honestly
dope.
we just record right onto the computer. I mean, you guys clearly got a much bigger and better setup tan we got. But,
No, bro.
It's because of Steven, bro.
We hear that, dude. Well, I mean, not to knock what Steven does, but I mean, it's. I hear we come off more professional than we probably really are. You know what I mean?
Our mics cost $25.
Yeah. Well, their mics cost $25.
Sorry.
Bro, I take this serious. I went and got the Joe Rogan mic. I don't know what these guys are doing over here.
Mono price, bro. Plug out to Mono price if you're listening.
That's funny.
We make
Phil's
a good
not
quality
here.
product.
We got to do our shout outs.
Yeah,
we gotta
at a reasonable price.
He's actually Phil's actually getting 2 hemorrhoids removed today. So we we pray for him. You know,
if you're not here, you can't fight what we're saying. So
we make up the story why you're not here. So
so next week he'll be here sitting on a donut.
Yeah.
So.
He had 2 trolls by the village fire and that needed to be removed. And so so we're praying for him.
Oh man,
a couple Advils will be all right.
Yeah.
And Rich, you golf? I heard a couple times.
Oh yeah. I've had my fair share of golf. Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This guy over here, man. Don't let him drive the golf cart though.
No,
not with the golf cart with the beer. At least he can drive, but not the one that holds the beer. God,
did he crash it or what?
I know that's from experience.
Listen, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a total fucking redneck.
I love it.
Yeah, bro. You sound like my kind of guy, bro.
I get into something that's got 4 wheels, man.
You want to test it to the limits, bro. I get it. I respect that, bro.
Can't help but go off-roading.
Hey, me and Steven are the same way, bro.
You know,
Bro, didn't you fall out of one time?
There's a couple occasions. There was one. I you do those little drive-by scoop your ball so you don't have to, in motion. I just leaned a little too much. The worst part about it, right? It was a.
They didn't stop, or
no. I was playing in a tournament, and it was with my company and my boss and vendors and everything like that. And my boss was on the next hole, and they were coming back the other way. I'm going one way, they're coming back the other way, and my boss is sitting there in the middle of the fairway, and I fell out of the cart and tumbled and rolled.
He's like, tuck and roll
right in front of him. And so,
were you drunk or?
I don't think so.
No?
I'm sure I had a few drinks, but I don't think I was drunk.
Yeah.
No, just in case he listens. But yeah.
Did it hurt?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
No, it didn't actually. It was a
They
nice
keep the grass nice.
It was it was nice grass, and I landed it pretty good. So,
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, cool.
I've never fallen out of a golf cart.
Well, then you never had fun.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you never had a good driver. There you go.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I've never fallen out of the golf cart, but I sure as hell know that the cooler has.
Bro, I'm famous for never strapping my bag in, and so I'll be like,
oh man,
and I'll look back, I'm like, oh shoot, laying on the floor. But that's funny.
Cool, man. Well, if we ever make it out to Philly, you guys out this way, go play some golf.
Dude, I would love to go to Philly. Are you guys like, the history there is crazy, right? Like,
Yeah, it's awesome.
dude, I would love.
Awesome.
That's why I loved Boston. Like, I had to go on the Freedom Trail and all that stuff. But like, I can't imagine what Philly's like. That must be pretty cool.
So I know you guys are in New
Philly's awesome.
Jersey. You're in New Jersey.
right,
How
New Jersey.
far is that from Philly? Being
Yeah, we have no
big Philly
bearings.
fans.
It's like an hour and a
it's-
half, or
Okay.
just about.
Nah, yeah, it's about an hour.
Okay,
That's cool, dude. That's what's cool about the East Coast is that like,
everything's an hour away.
yeah, from the tip of California to the bottom of it, like
Oh, bro, we
on
got
the East Coast, you're already doing what 10 states, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I feel like California's like 3 states in itself, bro. You got like the Pacific Northwest, you got the Bay, and you got
North-
SoCal.
NorCal's. Yeah,
I think you can drive 11 hours and still be in the same state.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but we're right in the middle, so it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
I
it is
like
nice.
it,
I
bro.
like where we're at.
I can't imagine living anywhere else, dude.
Yeah, how's the fishing? You guys fish?
Oh yeah.
Dude, listen. If anybody needs to talk about fishing, it's me, bro.
Nice.
The freshwater fishing is awesome out here. You get a lot of opportunities. You can just kind of like hop in a kayak and just go.
That's cool.
See where we're at. It's a lot more. It's more urban than anything else.
Okay.
So you got a lot of woods. You got a lot of like little lakes here and
I
there.
mean, rural, not urban.
Yeah, rural. Sorry,
Yeah.
but the freshwater fishing's awesome. The saltwater fishing's awesome. It's dude, it's just a great time.
Yeah,
just
dude,
hop out in a
awesome.
boat. You can go out there all day.
That's awesome, bro.
But
You guys are
Yeah,
going
we're
camping
like,
pretty soon, right?
Yeah, we're going to Tahoe
Oh, nice.
and Sequoia next week.
That'd be
That's
cool.
dope, dude. So, what do you primarily do? Do you fresh or salt?
I primarily do a lot of freshwater fishing.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this like routine of mine where like spring hits, and from spring, say like I want to say maybe April to the end of August, I'm fishing,
Oh, nice.
and then August 31st, all my fishing goes away.
Okay.
And all my hunting stuff comes out.
See, that's what I want to get into, bro. I want to get into hunting. It's freaking hard to hunt out here in California, bro. It's just so many like hoops, and you have to go through, and it
PETA.
just sucks.
I would love to go hunting.
Listen,
I know, dude.
Is there places to go hunting over here?
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
it's more you gotta find someone who
Yeah,
has
yeah.
property, and gotta get permission, and get there's tours and stuff like that. But it's not like just
I need a
like-
gun first. So you got to give up your firstborn to get a gun in California.
I know it sucks, bro. Our gun laws here are freaking redonkulous,
Ridiculous,
dude.
man.
They're just, oh my god.
I wanted to get a shotgun when my daughter was born. And then I found all the classes you have to take. I'm like, forget it.
Yeah, come on. I know a guy, bro. I'll get you one tomorrow.
Go to Oakland, man.
Yeah.
I shot a gun for the first time in Arkansas last year. It was pretty empowering.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
It's something, man.
That's cool.
It's something.
That's
Well,
cool.
we want to. Did you guys get a chance to take a look at our shirts that we put up? Our merch.
Oh no, I
Look at,
didn't.
look at our IJ.
I didn't know you guys had it.
Yeah, I pinned it to the top, so it'll be like one of the first posts there. But I'll get you guys the sizes. We'll send you guys a couple shirts. We also Jake wanted to get some homemade, or not homemade, sorry.
Some local beer, bro.
Local brewed beers.
I love how you guys do all your beer and how you guys represent your community and all the local breweries you guys got out there. So we got some pretty good beers out here in California, dude. So I'm gonna hook you guys up.
We're gonna send you guys some beer. I'll send you a couple shirts. Get us promoted
really
over there on the
appreciate
East
that.
Yeah,
Coast.
bro.
Then
So you guys,
Yeah, appreciate that.
one of you guys aren't a fan of the Belgium though, right?
Belgian beer is not my thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I got some cool ones lined up, bro, that I think you guys will like. You guys do some IPAs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
all the time.
All right, do you guys do you guys do like hazies or doubles or doesn't matter?
Double
Do 'em all.
IPA, hazy, yeah, everything.
All right, cool.
Pilsners, lagers, all
Ah,
that.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Sounds good. We'll get you guys some local breweries up here. You guys try it out on an episode up there. We'll get you
Dude.
get you guys a shirt to support us and promote us out there. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Definitely.
And dude, we should do like
definitely.
all the podcasts that we connect. We should do like a Vegas trip.
Oh,
That's cool.
do you
That's
guys ever
probably
been to
easier
Vegas?
for us than it is for you guys, but Vegas.
I
would
didn't
be
hear
there.
that. Do a what?
Do you
Do
guys
a Vegas trip.
Oh.
That'd be
like
sick.
a big
Hey.
Vegas
How's-
yeah.
meeting of the
Yeah.
minds?
How's Atlantic City compared? I don't know. You've never been to Vegas, but
Trash.
Trash?
Trash. okay.
I've never even been to Vegas, and I'm gonna completely say
Yeah,
that Atlantic
yeah.
City is trash.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's the place we all love. Phil's got his little Instagram page. This guy's not here. He's got his Instagram page.
It's actually where he's having his hemorrhoid surgery.
Yeah, exactly. He knows somebody out there. So then he's gonna promote the doctor on his Instagram page once he's done. He just wants to see if he's gonna give him 3 stars or 4 stars.
Depends if it hurts in the morning.
Yeah. How gentle his hands were. But yeah, no, that'd be cool. We'll all get together and hang out. That'd be
But you know, it's kind of weird though, because like, yeah, you trust him on a podcast, but when you get him in Vegas and the freedom, like, I don't know this dude. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Maybe a couple more guest episodes and we'll see.
No, absolutely.
I
We'd love to have you
Vegas.
guys on too. I mean,
Yeah,
bro,
it's
Yeah, that'd be
our
cool.
flow a little bit different, but we'd definitely like to kind of mesh, if we can, and if you guys are up for it.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure, dude.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, and
Cool.
speaking of merch, we're in the process of trying to get our merch going too. So
Cool.
we'll definitely once we figure that out, we'll send you guys some stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
dude. If you need advice, Danny knocked it out the park, man. You did really good. We got polos and
Got
sweaters.
some
and,
golf shirts
wow.
and some merch
Wow.
shirts to sell and some team sweaters. Yeah, so
yeah,
cool.
did a good job.
Yeah,
Proud of
cool,
you, Danny.
man.
We don't print it in anything other than lower than an XL. Though,
Yeah,
so.
bro.
Are you really a baddie daddy if you're not an XL?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
Oh, easy.
Hey, so we've asked a couple guys in the past. I think it's a fun question to ask guests. What do you guys think? What's your definition of a baddie daddy?
ooh.
So when I first heard that, I was like, what? You thinking like, oh, she a baddie?
Yeah, right.
Kind of concept, right? Yeah. But
That's what I thought too.
yeah, when the first episode, when you guys kind of had your circle of explanation, it kind of makes sense. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
He's like, it makes sense. Like he's a bad guy. He's a great dad.
Yeah.
He's yeah.
Yeah,
We wanted the bait and switch.
Yeah, you got it. Clickbait. Yeah, clickbait.
That's why we don't do video, bro. We sound sexy.
yeah. We need to wait till our names out there and people know who we are,
Yeah.
and that's why we don't make smaller than an XL. So cool. What about you, Josh?
Listen, man. In my opinion, anything to make you a baddie daddy, you just be there.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, dude.
support your kids, do everything you can. But I mean, I know it takes a lot. It's hard on your body, it's hard on your mind, physically, mentally, everything. Just put that effort in for you, your family, and your kids, man. Just bust your ass, do whatever you can,
bro.
Especially when
and
you
you're
have 4
doing it, bro.
kids.
Like, I was listening to that one episode, bro, or how you got in contact with your daughter's school, bro. Like, that was dope, bro.
Yeah.
I think so many
Yeah.
dads would just like chalk it up, like, well, I guess they don't want me involved, and took
Take
the
the L.
easy way
Took
out,
that
bro.
initiative, though.
Yeah, dude, you took the initiative, bro. You took it, head on, and you didn't quit, bro. And that's dope,
Yeah.
bro. That's
It's a
That's Baddie Daddy material, bro.
exactly, bro, for sure.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Another question I heard or seen that, and I thought it was really cool. I was listening to another podcast. I think it'd be cool to ask, even us, because I haven't asked this question with us. But what are 3 words that you would hope that your kids would describe you when they're older?
Ooh,
It's a deep question, But
Oof.
I even had to think about it. Like I said, I just heard the question yesterday, and I was like, "That's a good question." It's
That's
a good
a
question
really
for
good
the
question.
guys. But I know it's definitely something to think about. But I mean, and these guys over here sitting here looking in the sky trying to think right now.
I know, bro. I wasn't ready for that, dude.
Yeah, you putting them on the spot.
For sure, man.
I'll go first since I'm the one to propose the question. I thought about it yesterday when I heard it, but
Oh, so you cheating?
I know,
I
dude.
did. Yeah,
I want to make himself look good.
on
No.
this question, and he like, yeah.
He set himself up. Bro, you already got
That's it.
Adriana.
Right
dude.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
come
questions that make my friends look dumb. Let me see. No, but I only got stuck on 2. But one of them was just, obviously just being there, being intentional, always being there. And that's for not sharing on previous episodes, for not knowing a lick about soccer, but volunteering. And I mean, well, I kind of got forced into it, but
Voluntold.
yeah, but coaching my son's soccer team, and just wanting to be there for every practice. He just finished playing basketball. I didn't help coach that, but I made sure I was there for every practice, getting him there, going to the games, supporting him. I just want to be somebody that was always, they remember, that was intentional. If they were involved in something, Dad was there. He didn't put work first. If they have a school show, I took the time away from work. And especially now in the summertime, I'm in the swimming pool industry, and it's very busy. It's very hard to take time off, but I don't care. I'm going to take time off and go to be there with my kids, just for their first days of school.
Yeah.
I went in and out of work 3 hours late because I took them to school the first couple of days, and so just that, and just, and one thing that I've learned being on this podcast is, just showing the love, but I want them to know that they were loved, and it wasn't, I just want it to be very tangible to my children that they were loved. Not like, I know my dad loved me even though he didn't show it. I want them to know that.
And to feel it, right?
To feel it,
Yeah.
No,
and
that's hella words already. You said 3.
Sorry.
I know. You said 2, bro.
Yeah. It's almost supposed
Give
to be
our
3,
guests a
too,
chance,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, well, it's nice talking to you guys.
I got 3. I would say available, fun, and faithful. I guess those would
Ooh,
be.
I like those.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was just trying to put definition between my words too. That's why I said
Hey,
this.
yeah, I noticed, bro. What about
I'd
you,
say
JP?
go on, Jay.
I would go strong,
Yeah, that's a good one.
loving, and funny.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know.
that's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good
Yeah,
ones,
that's
huh?
good, yeah.
Steven's all, those are mine.
No, I would do, let me see, intentional.
Yeah.
I don't know what word to describe it, but I want them to know that they're heard. That I heard them.
Heard and seen.
Heard and seen.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
And I feel like with those things kind of comes love.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Those are the only 2 I got right now. I mean, I don't know about funny. Like, I mean, more goofy, I guess.
Bro.
But yeah, I mean, like I want them to think of me as like someone so serious, who's always just about business, but can also have fun.
Yeah. We'll wrap
you
it up
guys-
with these. Yeah, we'll wrap it up with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recognize next episode.
Listen, I'd honestly have to say strong, supporting, and loving.
Yeah,
Kids need as much support as they can get.
absolutely.
as well as, especially with girls, man. Girls need as much tender love as you can give them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would say present, attentive, and loving.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we appreciate having you guys on. I know you guys are on the East Coast. I know what time is it here? It's 9:12. I know it's after midnight over there.
Thanks for doing that, fellas.
We appreciate you guys jumping on with us and staying up and talking with us. It's good combo.
Oh, we appreciate you guys having us, really.
Yeah, really.
It's been fun.
Want to drop, Rich, you want to drop your guys' handle? How can people find you and listen to you?
You guys can find us Facebook. We're a backslash face. Oh, Josh, you normally do this. What you got? That ain't my best spectrum here. I want to take a step back.
I set up the mics.
I didn't want to step on your toes.
Facebook, you can find us at / the Dad Tapes. Instagram is at the Dad Tapes Podcast.
Cool.
The X is the Dad Tapes. And we're on TikTok at the Dad Tapes.
Yeah, I just heard TikTok. We can do TikTok. I don't use TikTok. You guys do.
I like TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
Feeds my ADHD brain, bro.
Yeah.
You remember Vine?
Yeah. Vine was pretty great, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Put little snippets on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then the X, that's Twitter, right?
Is that what that is?
X,
now?
yeah. Twitter went
the
to
X is
X.
Twitter.
Yeah.
See, how do they know that on the East Coast when Twitter's like down the street from us? I don't know.
They're on the up and up, bro.
Yeah. Elon Musk.
The musky.
Oh, cool. We appreciate.
We're close to that.
I know.
It's
Right?
we all
It's
take
right
it for
down the
granted,
street.
dude. Yeah, like all that stuff. Like you'll go Adobe's downtown. Like all that stuff is like 45 minutes away.
Pixar's like 45, bro. Netflix, PayPal,
Facebook's
Google,
right here.
Facebook,
Yeah,
Apple.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we got Walmart.
Target here and there, man.
Oh, cool. We appreciate you guys having us, or both. You guys had us on your podcast right now too. So
keep it up, man.
Yeah,
you guys are doing good stuff.
Yeah,
You guys too, man. Really.
everybody give a
Appreciate it.
listen
You
to
guys
them.
are awesome.
Yeah, and give them a listen. Support them, and it's some good stuff. And there, we
Where
found it
can
similar
our
to us.
listeners find you guys at?
We don't.
Bro, I don't know.
That's all you do.
Yeah,
go
Jenny.
ahead.
Normally
Put
Philip
stuff
got
on there.
this.
Yeah, that's Philip.
We're on Spotify, Google, all that stuff. Like,
Yeah. Our Instagram page, which is a link on there, which you can find us on. All of our we're on most of the podcast places.
All the
but
major
we are at
podcasts.
the
platform, wherever you get your
The Baddie Daddy podcast.
What is our handle? Jeez.
Bro,
dropping the
Come on,
balls.
Phil.
I know. Phil, where
This
are
is
you,
Phil,
bro? Damn hemorrhoids.
Gotta stop wearing those
All right.
G-strings, bro. That's what it is.
Somebody needs to send that man a Portuguese donut from
Or our IG handle is. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Ignore. Sorry, that's my brother.
Ignore.
Our Instagram handle, the Baddie Daddy _podcast. And Baddie is BADDIE. I wasn't done yet. I was inhaling. BADDIE and then Daddy DADDIE _podcast. And so on, I believe it's the same thing on Facebook as well. But yeah, you just you go on our Instagram page, which is what we use mostly, and we got the link there where you can find our where our podcasts are up. And you can find our merch there. If you're interested in our merch, take a look. And we're selling shirts, trying to support the podcast some more. We'd love to get video one day.
Yeah.
We think that'd be pretty cool.
We got to lose some LBs first, though.
Yeah, I'm working on it, bro.
I'm not TikTok ready yet, bro.
I'm working on my summer bod for 2024.
Bro, if they get us on video, they're gonna have to do like turn the phone.
That wide angle.
Yeah, the wide lens.
Well, that's because there's a lot of us.
Yeah, let's go with that,
Okay,
bro.
Daddy. Yeah, that's right.
That's fine.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you for coming on. I'm sure we'd love to hook up with you guys again on the future and talk to you guys. And it'd be cool if we all met up one day in Vegas.
Vegas.
Since Atlantic City is trash,
sounds like
we'll
a
just
plan,
go to
man.
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, want to close this out, Joe?
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, hey, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Again, like we always say, a couple of guys born and raised in the Bay Area trying to do the best for our family, our friends, and ourselves. And so, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.